My name is Gennady Volchek. I'm a founder and CEO of company Spink, which is short for shopping. And I'll talk to you about our product, which is designed to help brands to engage with their consumers, but at the same time builds a platform for consumers to make their shopping smarter. The retail market in general represents a very big number. It's $28 trillion in value, and every product that's been purchased requires a consumer to make a decision about this purchase. And to make the right decision, they need information in order to make this decision. So a lot of decisions been made daily, and consumers are looking for the right information to make the right decision. Brands, they want, let me see if I can go to the next page. Oops. So brands want consumers to have access to the right information. They're investing a lot in marketing and building awareness about their product. But the investment they make, which represents 24% of their turnover, if the content that they create will not going to reach the consumer, if consumer not be able to see this information or to learn about this information, the return on investment of such content is very small. So it's very critical for the brand to get this information across to the consumer. And hence, there are a lot of tools available for the brands to get this information across. You're probably all familiar with the tools available for marketing online, like Facebook, Twitter. There is a lot of social media platform that helps brands to reach out to their consumers. But unfortunately, there are not many comparable solutions to market to the consumers in retail stores, while the retail marketing still represents almost 90% of shopping. So from what's available to the brand today to market to the consumers in a retail store, would be a QR code on the product. So a lot of brands put a QR code on their product, so consumers will scan the QR code, taking to a specific website where there will be a lot of information about the product itself. But the information is static, and there is not a lot of incentive for a consumer to scan that product on the second time, because they're going to be taking to exactly the same page. So therefore, the take-up of the QR codes is not that high, and the repetitive scans are even low. You can have in-store representative, which is quite expensive and not scalable. It's very hard for the brand to have a representative in every store where their products is sold. So that's also not a scalable method of educating consumers. And also, brands have their registration forms in the store where they're asking consumers to fill in their details, so they can be reached out later with additional information. Those forms also complex. Consumers don't want to spend time filling them in, and that's why take-up on those forms is quite small. Maybe it will be faster if I'll press it here. So what's going through the mind of consumer when they walk into the store and find the new product they want to purchase? So let's say you found a new infant formula in the store. So the question that will go through your mind is, who's made this product? Who is it made by? Can you trust this company? Because you may never heard of this company before. Where the ingredients came from? Has this product been recalled? Is it suitable for your 18-month toddler? Information like, have any of my friends purchased this product? What they think about it? Is this product better than what I typically buy? And finally, is it a genuine product, which is also very important. So all of these questions going through consumers' mind while they're making a purchase, and they really need this information to make the right decision. So on one side, you have consumers who are hungry for the information, and they're happy to get this information. And you have brands who want to share this information, but nevertheless, while both parties are looking for this communication is still challenging and not very consumer-friendly and easy. If you have a look at the typical product, you'll see a lot of call to actions on the product. So for example, you'll get a request for a consumer to scan a QR code. There would be a 1-800 number that consumers can call for additional information. The brand will tell you to email them, to visit their website, to go to Facebook, follow them on Twitter, check out their blog. So a lot of call to actions, and for the consumer to find the right information, they really need to either go through all of those channels, because the information is scattered, in order to get to the information they need. So what we've done at Shping, we have partnered with the industry standard organization GS1, and we have linked the existing barcode, which is already on the product, with all of this information. So consumer can simply scan a product's barcode and get access to the company information from the GS1, certification body information, information from other industry bodies, and the information from the brand owner themselves. We also have a track and trace brand protection module. It's called Spink Security, where we can track product through the supply chain. So if the traceability been implemented, the GS1 barcode will link consumer to temperature or GPS logs, traceability data, raw material information, as well as product authentication. So consumer would be able to scan the product's barcode to verify if product is genuine or not. So I would like to play a small video talking about the Shping app and what it does for a consumer.
We all use our phones, don't we? But scrolling through search results and opening window after window can be a headache. Shping makes shopping simpler. It makes research easier and faster. And it rewards you for using it. Just scan any barcode before you buy to learn what's in it, whether it's certified, where it's from, whether it's been recalled, and discover other people's experiences and reviews. For some products, you can find out if it's authentic, register the warranty in a few clicks, store your receipts for proof of purchase, and get shout-outs from your fave brands to make your shopping experience even better. Plus, you can earn Shping coins by uploading your own photos, writing reviews, and discovering products that aren't yet in our database. And because shopping is better with friends, you get bonus Shping coins for every active Shping buddy linked to your profile. The more you use the app, the more Shping coins you'll receive. You'll soon start to see Shping coins listed on one or more cryptocurrency exchanges. That means you'll be able to exchange all of your collected and future Shping coins for other cryptocurrencies or even your local currency. This is expected to happen in early 2018. Shping is available in 32 languages, so everyone can add a little Shping to their shopping. Download for free today.
So the Shping coin that we are launching in January this next year is the cryptocurrency that is used by the brands to activate campaigns on our platform. Through the campaigns, they'll be able to reward consumers for their engagement, and I'll talk about it in a second in a bit more details. So a typical model for marketing in the online environment is when consumer doing a search on Google search engine, Google platform will connect consumer to the right information. Let's say they search for organic chips. So Google connects consumer to the information from the brand on a particular product, and brand will pay a fee to Google for that connection, for connecting consumer to the information. In the Shping environment, Shping app acts as the search engine for products. So when consumer scans a product's barcode, platform will connect consumer to the right information from the brand. So it could be information about that particular pack of chips, which ingredients have been used in it, where they came from, who is the manufacturer, and so on. And for this engagement, brand will be able to reward directly, send the reward directly to the consumer in Shping coins. By removing the intermediate, this transaction will enable brand to incentivize consumers for participation. So how the Shping economy is going to work? So during the ICO, or token sale, which starts on the 22nd of January, we're selling 50% of our coins that we're emitting to the token buyers. Those coins will then be sold to brands through the exchange, to those brands who would want to activate campaigns on Shping platform. When brands will activate a campaign, they'll specify how many points they want to assign to a specific action. So the brand could say, anyone who scans my product, I want to give them 5 Shping coins. But if after that they watch the video about our company or how the product is made, we'll give them additional 10 points. If consumer will decide to follow us on the Facebook, we'll give them some additional points. If there is a specific action that brands want consumer to do, they'll give them points for that as well. For example, brand could ask you to take a photograph of the shelf to see how their products are placed in the supermarket, and they'll reward you even further for those actions. So from brands, points will get back to the consumers. Consumers will then be able to exchange them to other crypto or convert them into fiat currency through the exchange. Soon we hope that we're going to have a lot of retailers accepting Shping coins, because our plans to have millions of users using Shping app, which will give a big audience with the cryptocurrency, which will attract a lot of brands to market to those consumers. And the retailers will then exchange their points through exchange and sell them back to the brands. As I mentioned before, we're only selling 50% of our coins, so we will keep a reserve, and this reserve is going to be used to pay consumers or reward consumers who are scanning products of non-partner brands, those brands where there are no campaign being configured to reward the consumer. This way, we can ensure that consumers are earning points on every scan. So you could download our app today, and whatever you're going to buy today or in the future, if you simply scan the product's barcode, you'll be earning crypto for your action. So anything you put in your trolley can earn you additional Shping coins. But once we run out of this reserve, we'll start buying at the exchange as well for more points. So as a summary, how consumers are earning their points. When you're scanning a product, when you are adding your friends to use as a Shping buddies, that gives you additional points. If you're writing reviews on the product, you get points for that as well. If you came across of the product which is not in our database, you will be able to add the information, contribute the information about the product, and earn points for that as well. And as I mentioned before, any engagement with a brand, watching videos, following them on social media, and so on, earns you additional Shping coins. Those Shping coins you'll be able to exchange through once we list it at least one of the exchanges. We're planning to do an API where the exchange can be done through the app. So an average consumer who is not familiar with cryptocurrency and doesn't really know how to deal with it will be able to use our app through the API with the exchange to easily redeem those points, either to their credit card or change it to other cryptocurrencies. So in a way, we're helping brands to operate in this more competitive environment, because now brands trade globally. It could be a very small farm in Bangladesh who exports their sugar, and the sugar could be sold here in the United States. So for the brands, they really need to have a point of difference. They want to be able to compete with other brands around them. But for the consumer, who are now faced with a lot of products from remote location, it's very important to give them access to the right information. And topping it up with the rewards program helps consumer to be incentivized to participate. Just a couple of quick stats to underpin the model. Based on the study, 3/4 of the marketing will be spent through the native apps. And Shping is a native app, and the marketing of the brand directly to the consumer through the app that's where the market is going. The average click-through rate currently in the Facebook is less than 1%, meaning the brands can only reach out to less than 1% of their consumers. It's very small number, and it's a very small ROI on their investment. With the rewards and loyalty platforms, it can reach up to 70% of consumers, so it's a huge jump in the return on investment on the content that brand is developing. And from this study, it's been shown that consumers are more open to marketing in the form of, I think my mic is gone off, marketing in the form of videos where there is an incentive attached to it. So consumer would get reward for watching a specific video. All the content that consumer generate, all the logs that consumers generate is visible to the brand, so they can see who their consumers are, where they're scanning their product, the pattern of purchases. So the very rich analytics is available to the brand through the backend. As I mentioned, we're going live with our ICO with pre-sale on the 22nd of January and crowd sale on the 22nd of Feb. And after that, you'll probably see more marketing on us, and there will be a lot more action. Just a quick snapshot of our architecture. Our platform is it's a clustered system. We are currently with Amazon Australia, China, US, and Singapore. In Russia, we use Selectel. We have partnership with industry organizations who act as our data sources, where we get information about the products. So just one Australia, just one Singapore, Malta, Azerbaijan, Russia. We've integrated with a number of certification bodies, and also we have partnership with World Customs Organization and CIQ China to help brands who are crossing the borders to get a faster clearance. In the pipeline, we have a lot more certification bodies to integrate with, and that will provide more information to the consumers at the time of the scan. The Shping Security is a fully turnkey solution for traceability. It's an industry-standard track and trace system that tracks product from the manufacturing all the way to point of sale. So those brands who also subscribe to Shping Security will be able to share chain of custody and on the product that's been scanned. And recently, we've partnered with Everledger, specifically for the track and trace module, where the data is going to be stored in the IBM Hyperledger platform built by Everledger. And in this partnership, we're going to be able to track product and publish information into Everledger's blockchain, but at the same time, Shping app will be able to verify any products already in the Everledger. And if any of you guys know who Everledger is, they currently specialize in diamonds. 1.6 million diamonds already been stored in the Everledger platform, but they're diversifying and they're moving into other sectors. So Shping app is going to be front end to the Everledger platform as well. So as a summary, Shping ecosystem combines industry bodies, third-party track and trace data that is captured with using our own turnkey solution for Shping Security, and presenting all of this information to the consumer. These are our partners. If you're interested in what we do, you can visit our website, tokensellshping.com. And we are at booth 550. So if any of you guys want to download our app, you can scan a barcode on the banner. Currently, there is a campaign running that gives you 1,000 points for scanning this barcode, Shping coins. But during the time, we're going to activate another campaign, which will run from 12:30 to 1 o'clock. The same barcode will give you 5,000 Shping coins, which is equivalent to about $50 US. You could also scan the barcode on my T-shirt, and Esmeralda there with me in the booth. So if you'll come and scan our shirts, it will give you some extra crypto. So feel free to. So it's from 1:30 to 2. We're gonna run a special campaign, which is gonna be linked to that particular product. So when you scan the banner, you'll get this additional crypto. This is it. If you have any questions, I'll be more than glad to answer them.